There are things that are so bad that you and millions of others just can't help but downvote for one reason or another. So allow us to show you the 10 most disliked videos on YouTube. And as always, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. And thank you. Number 10, Call of Duty Infinite Warfare reveal trailer. Do you want to win a brand new iPhone or a brand new MacBook Pro? Maybe you'd prefer a $500 Amazon gift card. Well, comment the hidden message in this video for a chance to enter to win. The first one will honestly be a bit of a shock to those not in the know. We say that because honestly, Call of Duty, ever since the original Modern Warfare title came out, has been one of the biggest gaming franchises in the world. It was big before, but it was petering out because of the focus on World War II. But then it went modern and everyone loved it again. Then it kind of fell into its own rut. They went more for spectacle than actual substance. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare was the most perfect example of that. Granted, the game still sold incredibly well, but not as good as previous titles because by this point in time, fans didn't want the same old flash and fire. They wanted more. They wanted something better. They wanted a more pure COD experience, which they would eventually get in the next couple of titles. But Infinite Warfare's reveal trailer, which has over 3.8 million dislikes, will stand as a staunch reminder of what not to do for the franchise. Number 9, Despacito. Those who know YouTube will understand why this number 9 entry is actually very ironic in all the ways that matter, because there is no denying that Despacito by Luis Fonsi featuring Daddy Yankee is one of the most disliked videos on YouTube, with over 4.5 million dislikes. However, it's also one of the most liked videos ever, and the most watched video ever. No, really. It has over 6 billion views on it, making it the literal top dog of YouTube. But that begs the question, why does this video have both the most views, but one of the most dislikes ever? The answer there is blanket marketing. When the song came out, it was everywhere, including all of the remixes that soon followed after its release. Now yeah, a lot of people watched it, but a lot of people were also very tired of it, so they disliked the video. But the other thing to remember here is proportions. While it has over 4.5 million dislikes, it also has over 38 million likes. So rounding up, that means that just over 10% of the viewers who voted disliked the video. That's a rather small number when you think about it. Number 8, the PewDiePie video. PewDiePie is a rather tricky thing to talk about, and we don't mean that in the mean way. We mean that in an honest way. Because on one hand, there is no doubt that he is indeed a YouTube success story, even dropping out of school to focus on a YouTube career that paid off in many ways. But as time went on, his quote true colors, as it were, decided to show, and it painted him in a very different light, and Disney fired him because of it. And yet he still has over 100 million subscribers who are willing to watch just about any video he makes, and thus lining his pockets with cash. And we mean anything, because one time he did a 5-minute video basically asking if this video could get 1 million likes. Not surprisingly, his fans answered and they basically quintupled his request, because at this time, he has over 4.75 million dislikes on that video, which you have to wonder if this was the best way to go and use your fan base to do something, but clearly it worked, so who are we to judge? You could also praise him for probably being the only video on this list that wanted to be on the list. Number 7, it's every day, bro. While we may lament the path that PewDiePie's life has taken, there are a few things that we can take heart in that makes him better than other things. Mainly, he's not Jake Paul, who as a YouTuber will happily note needs to go away, and with the FBI's help, that might actually happen. Jake and Logan Paul are two brothers who have also made their names up on YouTube doing various things, but simple, crazy, and infinitely stupid. Jake at one time was considered a next big thing, but once again his true personality eventually showed up, and everyone suddenly wanted nothing to do with him. Which brings us to It's Every Day, Bro, his quote song alongside social media sensations Team 10. The music video and its song are so hated that it has over 4.81 million dislikes on YouTube, and unlike Despacito, it wasn't proportional to its upvotes. Number 6, Johnny Johnny Yes Papa. These next 3 entries are a bit counterintuitive when you think about it, because on one hand, all 3 of these next videos were not just made for kids, they're all on the list of the most viewed YouTube videos of all time, which kind of puts them in the same realm as Despacito, as the views and upvotes are much grander than the downvotes. The one known as Johnny Johnny Yes Papa, aka Lulu Kids, is the shortest of the bunch, and a reminder that sometimes you don't need to be a very long video in order to get a lot of attention and views. It's under 2 minutes and it features a child trying to go and get sugar cubes while their parental figure isn't looking. It has music that is meant to be easy to learn and thus sung over and over again, which is just like this video, because at under 2 minutes you honestly don't need to wait that long to play it again. Which is why it might have gotten so many dislikes, because while 2 minutes isn't a long time, when it's the same 2 minutes played all the time, yeah, it gets annoying, hence the nearly 6 million dislikes. Number 5. Learning colors multicolored eggs on the farm. Continuing with our children's programming, we have a Russian video of all things about eggs. No, really. This video is all about teaching kids about colors and using eggs on a farm to get the message across. Everything is in Russian, outside of Old MacDonald Had a Farm that is played in the background. Despite it only being a 5-minute video, it's got a lot going on, including some things that we honestly don't understand, but kids and their parents seem to love it, because as we noted in the last entry, this video is one of the most viewed in all of YouTube, mainly because it's short and it does indeed teach kids how to identify colors and speak Russian, but that's another topic. So considering all the views that it honestly has, having 6.4 million dislikes honestly doesn't seem too bad, and you can bet it's either parents who are tired of the video or people who don't like the animation. Number 4. Baby Shark Dance. You knew this one was coming. The Baby Shark Dance song was one that took the world by storm, and the world has responded negatively. Love it or hate it, or really hate it, you can't deny that the song banks on the simple things that make songs like these a hit for kids. It's simple, got a good beat, not a lot of words to remember, and even has a dance for the kids to learn and do. It's infinitely popular with kids because of those factors. Parents though, not so much, and thus that it's their fault that this video has over 7 million dislikes and rising. Number 3. YouTube Rewind 2019. This one might just confuse a lot of people, because the concept of a year in review piece, especially on YouTube, doesn't seem like that bad of an idea, but the original one that happened in 2018 that'll be coming soon was hated because of how it was made. So YouTube tried to do better with their 2019 video and did somewhat better. We say somewhat because obviously it's on this list, but in comparison to the original video, it did better, mainly because it tried to actually do better overall in the grander sense by having themes with what they showed, having stats to show why certain videos were relevant, and so on and so forth. But obviously, it wasn't enough to wow viewers, as the video had 9 million dislikes since its arrival. And here's the key thing, it was released in 2019. It's 2020 right now, which means this video was the fastest to this mark on this list. That's both impressive and scary. Number 2, Baby.
He may have just turned 21, but Justin will always be a baby to me, since babies piss everywhere and never know when to shut the up.
We would like to subtitle this entry as Justice, because Baby was the song that really launched the career that is Justin Bieber, and yes, it is a video that has over 2 billion views on YouTube, which is scary to some in its own right. However, despite the love that many have for Bieber, mainly young teenager girls who think he's the greatest ever, many other people have another strong feeling for Bieber. Hate or annoyance, or both. Thus, they were not hesitant at all to just go and downvote this video, to the extent that it's one of only 2 videos in all of YouTube that have 10+ million downvotes. That's impressive. Just as impressive, the gap between the likes and dislikes for this video are honestly less than 2 million, showing that while Bieber has loyal supporters, his hater base is just as strong.
It's got over 1 billion hits on YouTube. That's because I'm in it. It also has 4 million dislikes. That's because he's in it.
Number 1, YouTube Rewind 2018. There's nothing wrong per se with wanting to try something new, and when YouTube decided to do its YouTube Rewind 2018 to highlight some of the moments on the service, fans were no doubt intrigued. Then they watched the 8-minute video and quickly tried to wipe it from their eyes. So A for effort, but D for execution, which may raise the question of, how did this fail so badly? Part of it was that clearly YouTube didn't know what they were trying to do here. Were they trying to show the best moments? Were they trying to have funny meme-like content? Were they trying to appeal to as many demos as possible? It's honestly unclear, and even though their follow-up did better than this one as noted, it's still a sore spot for fans. And this video created by the team behind YouTube as a whole is the top dog of the worst dogs with the 17 million dislikes. How ironic, but you earned it, YouTube. So there you have it, a look at the 10 videos that have the most dislikes on YouTube, at the time of this posting at least. Were you surprised by how many different kinds of videos were on here? Were you surprised by how much they were actually disliked, or who made them? Do you think you know another video that'll enter the top 10 eventually? Let me know in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe, and I'll see you next time on the channel.